Welcome back, guys, to another Warpath video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you like the content, hit the like button. Sure appreciate it. With today's video, we're going to go a little bit over some of the new strategies since the 2.0 update, some of the things that are on my mind about some stuff, and we're going to talk a little bit about the level 4 city and also some of the Air Force. We got some updates. We got some new info about it. So if you guys are interested, check out the video. Like always, guys, I want you guys to know how much I appreciate each and every one of you that leave a comment down below, that help out the video, help out the channel, help out my Discord, all the guys who have, been with me, that have given me information, helped me out with screenshots, helped me out with testing, all different kinds of stuff. It was all for the community. It was to help me, and I want you guys to know how much I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Even the guys that might not agree totally with my opinion, that is completely fine, guys. I want you guys to know that each one of you guys is important. Each one of you make this game what it is, okay? So we together can overcome anything that's happened. And I know that version 2.0 upset quite a bit of people, and it almost made people where they were quitting, they were doing a lot of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people have gotten refunds and quit and stuff like that. I, however, am not going to. I know that the game can continue to develop. I know that it can be adjusted. I know that, I have the hope that things can go forward. And so with that, a lot of people were asking me, Grant, what do you think the new meta is? What do you think I should do in the field? What unit should I use? Should I change my officers? All kinds of questions, guys, have come up about some of the different things that the version 2.0 brought with it. And so one of them was about Spanner. Now, we got confirmation today, and I had been talking a little bit with the devs about, what exactly was going to happen with Spanner. When was it going to happen? It was going to happen within a week, guys. So, within a week, just be ready for it. It's going to come out. Now, the rollback that they're going to do, that allows us to get universal sculptures to be able to put back into them, statues, sorry, that is going to happen. However, they wanted to bring to mind something, and they shared it with me, and that is that Spanner is going to get a buff. Because there is so many units, and because they're concentrating on a single unit, like most of you guys know, the unit cannot heal fast enough. So they are going to adjust his skill. They're going to buff him up a little bit. So I bring that to mind so that you guys can know you might want to check out how the update is going to be effective for you. Tanks are still relevant on the field. We still need tanks. A lot of people ask me about infantry, and I'm still testing them. But people ask me, what is the new meta? What would you consider the meta? And for the longest time, most of the strong tanks like the super heavy and or some heavy tanks like the Tiger 2s are really awesome in the field when they're completely maxed. Also, people, rock a lot of mediums and stuff like that so that they're faster in the field and they heal. So they do the, drag back and forth, hitting and pulling away, hitting and pulling away. That's why the developers changed what they changed, so that there's more instantaneous results, meaning as soon as you're fired upon, you start losing some units. You don't get the chance to heal. So the fact that they're going to buff Spanner up, it almost kind of counters that. So it's kind of funny. It's like you added more units, but now it's kind of like more of the same. So I'm not too sure how that's exactly going to work out. But anyway, I have always been the person to say, guys, that you definitely need artillery. I noticed that a lot of players from server 1 used to tell me that, and that was, do not neglect your artillery. So when I started a new server, server 13 that I'm in, I decided I'm going to get one tank up that I'm going to use on the field. So I needed a single tank that was going to be really good. And then I was going to start concentrating on artillery this time. I was not going to neglect it. And I'm glad I didn't, because nowadays artillery seem to be even more powerful inside of the update. And why is that? Well, the officer skill charging, just the overall, power of the artillery against the single unit. So because now it's concentrating and it's hitting a lot, it takes a bigger chunk. You get more kills and stuff like that. The artillery are definitely where it's at. They always have been, in essence. In its theory, guys, artillery were always the backbone of a super powerful blow. Okay, so that's how it should be. The thing that makes the bases so much more intense is the fact that, when you attack a base, the units that are in it that are super powerful, especially when you have a bunch of artillery, there's more of them now. There's more damage. There's more things going on, and you can't really kill those troops because they're in the base. So you're trying to get the durability of the base down, but those units are giving you super amounts of trouble. Whereas before, it went in there, the tanks were less of them. They were a little bit more buffed up. You could kind of pull away, go back, and also on the field it's a little bit different now. So I would encourage each and every one of you that you really, once you get a decent sized tank that you can roll around in, because I'm not going to tell you you don't need a tank, period. I still believe that you need a tank. I would also get something like an infantry that can get bunkered. I'm going to test them out, but the fact that they can bunker, and there's so many of them now with like 100 plus of them inside of a maxed out barracks, and the fact that they heal on the field as well and they can be bunkered, I really think that kind of changed the infantry. And a lot of you guys wanted that. A lot of you guys wanted the infantry changed. You wanted them to become relevant again, guys. So this kind of brought it on. Now, I am going to test it out. Okay, guys, I am going to try to give some visual testing to what I'm talking about. But anyway, I would have a tank, an infantry, and then I would key in on artillery. Artillery is super important, okay? Not only do they help you kill that base, but they also help you defend. So the officers, don't neglect them. The artillery, don't neglect them. Now, one of the tactics on the field, and I'm laughing because this was kind of funny to me. I saw in world chat when I was at night. I'm on my phone, so you guys are gonna see this. I'm gonna play this clip, but it's in portrait. I'm on my phone, and these guys are talking on there like, "Oh, it's wartime, come on, it's just two of us, we're gonna kick your butt, blah 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 blah," and they're on world chat talking all this stuff, and I don't know if they like were chatting or talking or in a Discord. I'm not really sure, but they kind of leave their troops out. And this guy that they're, fighting against or whatever, he pops out of his base and he hits a bunker. Now, many of you guys already know that's kind of a tactic, right? Like if there's a bunker around, you can charge off the bunker on your officer skill. Also, you can hit it and it will release troops, and it will, kind of be a nuisance to where it makes somebody's troops back up. However, update 2.0, it really didn't make that big a difference, guys. Okay, like the bunker came out, but it like didn't decimate you. It was like, oh man, that's annoying, but you could deal with it. But now in level 3 cities with like bigger bunkers, you pop out and hit a bunker and somebody's not watching, it will run through your troops, guys. I mean, it will literally decimate them and eat them up alive. And so the bunker tactic is even more relevant. And let's get into some of the game footage that I was talking about. So in this video right here, this guy, he's in world chat. Like I said, he's, talking some mess. I don't know if he went MIA. He's talking in chats. He's in Discord or whatever, but let's go ahead and roll the footage. So this guy in UN, he pops out of his bunker and he hits it, and it releases 2 sets of troops. And this guy, he had a full march, guys. Like, that's like 80 something reserves that are just down the drain. He just was sitting there. And, you know, before it was just kind of a pest to have to deal with these bunkers. But now, because they're kind of powerful, like it's literally eating up his entire stuff. So as he's talking in chat or in Discord or whatever he's doing, not paying attention, this bunker tactic is even more relevant than it was before, guys, because you could hit this bunker and it's going to tear up your troops. I mean, it literally zeroed this guy, which is crazy. And the fact that these bunkers, especially in level 3, are not so easy to get down. If you're by yourself and you're trying to attack a base and somebody uses this, like it's going to take down your reserves just to try to deal with the bunker, let alone trying to deal with the base. So the tactic of the bunker is super relevant nowadays. And it was just funny to me that this guy got zeroed off of just not paying attention and leaving his troops out right next to a bunker. Last but not least, guys, I want to end this video talking about some of the updates on the level 4 Moscow city and also about the Air Force. So the Air Force was confirmed that it was going to be out within 3 months. And this was a little bit back. So, you know, we're looking at 2-ish months until it comes out. But the package is already ready. They had given out some participation form for people who wanted to beta test on the Air Force and give their opinions about it or whatever. You know, we did sign up for that. We hope to be able to hear something back. They said it's going to be like within the week. We're going to be able to hear something back. We hope to give you guys really good content and recordings on all of the Air Force and some of the stuff that it is. You guys really anticipate seeing some of that. And I'm pushing really hard to try to get into that program to see some of the beta stuff. Now, in the Liberation server, we already have some pictures and stuff of this Moscow event, which is, you know, a participation event at the very first so that you pre-qualify. And I had some questions about it, so much so asking more and more and more about the particulars of the Moscow. And so they finally did release a picture answering a lot of questions about the Moscow event. And one of the biggest questions that most people had was like, can I change alliances when I'm in there? In other words, if an alliance that wants to capture most things and have the best benefit has a cap, it only has so many people in the alliance, can I, you know, come and go freely? Or is that going to be a problem? And they've pretty much said that you cannot switch alliances. Whatever alliance you're in, you're locked. So that answers that question. But I was wanting to know specifically, like, how long are we looking at before this thing opens up? Like, what's particularly going on? And it's supposed to be rolling around really, really fast, guys. So I think they're pushing the airplanes and the events to get pre-released a little bit early. That could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but they only have 3 servers that are starting in, so we're going to be watching it. We're going to be doing live footage on it. I do have accounts in many different places to be able to showcase some of the things that are going on. A lot of those servers, though, might be kind of dead. I mean, server 3 has a lot of fighting. Server 2 is pretty much dead, and server 1, you know, they had a little chaos in it where they had everybody just kind of no longer be allies or whatever the heck happened. And, you know, there was some fighting going on. But when it comes to the Moscow event, it is going to be server based. So it's not going to be server versus server. So, you know, we're going to be able to look at some of the footage and see some of the goodies in that. So I will record that. I will try to live stream it as well. So if you guys have any questions or concerns or additional things that you want to get to, I am trying to do the power ranking. I have asked the questions. I have some people sending me screenshots. I am compiling the whole power of, you know, all the different servers. So be patient with me, guys. It does take a little bit to get all the information. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace.